This is the place that I got to rent finally after being outside for 2 years, and I'm enjoying having it. Um, I don't have a whole lot of food though, so what you see right here and in here is pretty much all I have to eat. And I have a little bit of money, but I'm not sure it's going to make me the whole way for till the end of the month, because basically the month has just started. Um, Last year, May 22nd, 2021, the guy my parents hired to kill me tried to kill me just outside a 100-mile house and 108-mile ranch. And I put him in the hospital by hitting him in the head with a rock. He said that he just got attacked by an animal when he went to the hospital, but if the police had actually looked into it, they'd be able to tell that my parents actually hired some guy to kill me. And it has brutally affected my life for the last 3 or 4 years, as my parents have told everybody I knew that I had mental health problems, that I can't think for myself, that I can't live on my own, and a bunch of other things. I am currently waiting for the 3D printer that my mom is supposed to mail me. I built that just after high school, when I built one for the class in computers in high school. So I'd like to do some research and development, and there were some things that I wanted to build with it. I used to use a 3D design program alongside the 3D printer so I could make my own things to print. Anyways, I'd like to get back into the electronics, but I haven't been able to because my parents have literally been trying to kill me, and I haven't been able to do anything except for try to avoid the guy that my parents hired to kill me, who is also a family friend, allegedly. His name is Eric Johnson. He's from Creston, BC, which is my hometown. And my parents, they were teachers at Canyon and Erickson Elementary School. Eric's parents were teachers who taught at the same school as my mom for 15 years, so they knew each other fairly well. Pretty much because they told everybody I ever knew that I have mental health problems, it has made everybody kind of think twice about interacting with me, and everybody just kind of avoids me. My whole friends group from all of high school has split up and kind of moved away, so I don't really have any former friends that I had back in high school, and where I am now, I haven't got a chance to actually get to know anybody. I'm just giving a little bit of insight into my life as it stands right now. I used to have a TikTok account with about 10,000 followers, but since then it's got banned or deleted or whatever. I was in prison for 7 months for something that happened between me and my dad. Technically, I'm not really allowed to post anything about them on social media, as I have no contact orders between me and them. However, I think it's best that the world knows this before I just drop off the face of the earth, and then people are wondering why and where I am, or at least pretending to, because it's part of their plot. The plan was pretty much to sue the government after getting a bunch of people involved, like all of the family friends and the rest of my family, to say bad things about me. So, because they had so many people in on it, and possibly paying off family friends and some of my friends, well, the amount of fake evidence that they made up about me, saying that I had mental health problems, would have allowed them to sue the government and the adoption agency for all of the lifetime's worth of misery that I caused them growing up, that they wanted to say that I actually didn't, because it's just my word against theirs right now. But they are trying to say that I caused them an alleged lifetime full of pain and misery and suffering, as they've tried to be good parents and always there for me and always caring, when in fact it was basically just the opposite. And the only reason nobody believes me and everybody believes them is because they've already said this stuff way ahead of my time, before I could even speak, basically. They were saying that I had mental health problems and that I was going to be a troubled kid growing up, and I needed learning assistance classes and all that, so my reputation was tainted slightly because of this. And even though I was really good at fixing phones, because I was fixing phone screens back in high school to make extra money, the stuff that my parents would say about me kind of bypassed any ability that I had to speak for myself, Because when a parent speaks for their kid saying that their kid is retarded or has mental health problems or can't speak for themselves, it's usually the parent's word that takes over. So everybody had already believed my parents when I was growing up, and the ones who are in on it, they were basically just going to like sue the government, claim this lifetime full of misery, see what kind of payout they could get, because apparently they tried so hard to be good parents when they didn't, and split it up between the people who were all involved. So anybody who was going to say bad things about me is probably getting paid a bunch of money from my parents. Enough people were in on it, nobody would ask any questions because there'd be enough witnesses or enough people who would just say, yeah, I was going off the deep end. When my parents hired this guy to kill me, it went from me working nonstop day and night on these little things that I wanted to accomplish so that I could potentially make some money off of my skills in electronics. I dropped all of that and went and started living outside for about 2.5 years and avoiding this guy that my parents hired to kill me, as he had kind of followed me around. I've spent a lot of time hitchhiking on the road, and I've talked to a lot of people about my situation. The most common response I've got is that I shouldn't let my parents control my life more, and that I should just like do my own thing. So I wish that applied, but when they have so much control that I don't get legally emancipated, which is the term for becoming a legal adult, because they have so much control over my life, that's something that like I'm totally out of the ability to control. It's not my power. So that's the problems that I'm going through, and I would like a little bit more food in my fridge. If not, I'll understand that it's a cold, hard, cruel world out there, and I really don't care because I've had to put up with it for a very long time. So I was just asking, regardless of the things that I'm going through at this point in time, if anybody would be caring enough to help me out with a couple of dollars for some food, and I would greatly appreciate it. Until then, I hope everybody who watches this has a good day, since I probably just wasted like 6 or 7 minutes of your time. Anyways,